Welcome to Learn to Buy and Sell Cars with your host, Randy Adams. Randy has been in the business for decades and is ready to share with you everything you need to know about buying, selling, trading, and dealing with cars. And now, your host, Randy Adams.
Good afternoon, San Antonio and South Texas. My name is Arnie, co-hosting with the man, the car aficionado, Randy Adams, sitting next to me. This is Learn to Buy and Sell Cars here on KTSA News Talk Radio. Let's first and foremost get out the phone number. So let's get those phone lines cranking. We want to hear from you. 210-599-5555 or toll free outside of San Antonio, 800-299-KTSA. Again, 599-5555 here locally. It's been an incredible last week and a half or so, and Randy, I'll let you expound on that. But we had a great show last week, and you had a ton of calls, didn't you?
Hello, San Antonio. Thank you for tuning in. We love you, San Antonio. We've had a bunch of calls. It's unbelievable, the questions we've got to answer, the people we've got to help, the testimonies. Hey, a lot of people are remembering what I say. If these boots are made for walking, get up and walk out. I've had several people tell me that they've remembered that because they were uncomfortable. They felt like they were getting lied to. And they got up and they walked out of the dealership. And then this show is to help you. I'm giving back something that I've had all my life. I've been a blessed man, been in the car business over 45 years, buying and selling and trading, and I want to give some back. I want to teach you to be prepared. I had some conversations with some people that were in some traps right after they bought the car, and they realized it. I said, hey, we're going to teach you now how to do it properly, correctly and biblically, where you make the right decisions. Hey, I got news for you. Dealers train. They go to work, and when they're at work and when they're off of work, they're reading, they're studying. They got sales managers breathing down their neck, making sure that they close you on that deal. So give us a call at 599-5555 or 800-299-KTSA, and we're going to answer any question. Well, anything about the car business, anything. Who knows? Boats, motorhomes, motorcycles, we buy it all. I'll help you sell something, or we'll tell you what to buy and how to be prepared. And right now, if you want a motorcycle, it's about the time to buy now because the riding time's just around the corner, and everybody will want a motorcycle, and the prices are down right now, and they'll jump up. All the Harley dealers, from what I've seen, are full of good used bikes, but just go in there and beat them up. Shop, shop, shop. I tell you, get on that internet and shop. We're talking to Cars.com about coming in and showing everybody how to get on the internet and shop properly and how you can shop the world in 5 minutes. And I want to thank all the listeners out there. I want to teach you exactly what's going on. And I've learned to listen in my life. I love Proverbs, first 5, let the wise listen and add to their learning. I try to listen to everybody. I want to learn. I want to improve. I want to be the best person I can be. And I want to help you. And I want to answer any questions you've got. Arnie, you said you had a surprise question for me today?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, since our last show, I've got so many questions from folks, and I don't have enough pen and paper or room on my phone to keep them all or write them all down. I'm going to go ahead and ask you this question. The gentleman pulled me over in HEB, said my voice was recognizable. I don't know if that's good or bad, but told me to tell you hello, Randy. Mike, there you go. Introduce you to Mike. His question was, my son's brother has a vehicle and a title to a vehicle, which was given to him by the folks that sold him this car. He said the title is signed, but the registration on the vehicle expired December of 2014, and the inspection sticker expires in May of 2015. He drives this car without insurance because he can't afford insurance, apparently. Kind of a funky, weird deal. Not doing right what he's supposed to do, so he's driving without any insurance. But he wants to get the title and make things right. How does he go about that?
Take his title and go down to the courthouse or the title people around. There's lots of title shops around that'll transfer it, and see what he needs and go ahead. He's going to pay a little penalty, but he needs to get it done because if he has an accident, it's a headache and it's a can of worms for everybody. If you're out there, you're selling a car, there's a piece on top of the title that you tear off, and you fill out the person you're selling it to, and you turn that into the state. That gives you protection just in case that person doesn't transfer. The state's after all the tax money they can get, and they're hounding everybody. They're watching everybody. They want all the tax dollars they can get. So if you've sold a car, and write that information down. Get a copy of their driver's license. You can take a picture with your phone's a good way to do that too, just to keep it on record. And that way, if they're in an accident and the people come after you because the car is still in your name, but he needs to transfer it, just take it down to the courthouse and transfer it. Tell him what he's got. Tell him what he needs to do. But I hope the people are still available just in case he needs more paperwork signed.
Well, one other little twist to that question about trying to get that title without driving with insurance and so forth. The final part of that is he has a ticket in New Braunfels for driving without his license. I believe it was his driver's license that didn't have the right address on it. So will that hold things back? Are you still able to go through that process if you've got a ticket or a warrant out?
Well, the state's getting tougher on that. And, just like a CHL class, you can't get a CHL license to carry a weapon if you're late on your taxes. So they're tying all that together to get all the money back. That shouldn't affect him, but he does need to transfer his license because what's going to happen is when he transfers them, his title's going to go to the old address and somebody else may get his title instead of him. So he needs a good address to send that title to. And the state wants to send it exactly what's on his driver's license. Right now, the state, when you buy a car, they want you to sign your full name on that application, and just like it is on your driver's license. So if you've got a nickname you're signing by, they're not wanting that anymore. They want to be able to track you down and get all the tax money they can get. So give us a call, and I tell you what, we had a lot of calls at my office this week at 830-625-7159, and we had a lot of emails, and we bid some cars on learntobuyandsellcars.com. We had a lot of action. Monday was real busy. I made some calls back to some people. It was great. I enjoyed it. Had a lot of response of people that have listened to me. Ran into some people that are listening to the show at church today, and they're enjoying the show. So if you got any questions, give us a call at 599-5555. We'd love to hear from you. And it depends on what kind of car. We'll talk about antiques. Just had a call from a guy in Houston with a 51 Ford two-door hardtop that's been totally restored. He's wanting to know what it's worth and if I'd take it and trade on something else. So antique cars are still perking up. I've got a guy looking for an older truck. I've got a couple older trucks. He's looking for a certain year and a certain style. So we're getting a lot of opportunities out there, answering a lot of questions, and that's 830-625-7159. I'll do my best to call you back as soon as possible. And like I say, we've had so much response and so many calls. It's been awesome, really awesome. And a lot of those, I guess, Arnie, a lot of those people don't want to talk to us online live. They get a little nervous, and that's why we're getting so many emails. I know the stations had some calls and emails, and we appreciate that. We want to keep on making KTSA happy. They're a great family. They've treated me right, and it's a thrill to be on the air and being able to teach y'all exactly what's going on. I'm working with some churches and schools right now on giving classes. We'll let you know about that just in case if it's nearby you can come by. Of course, the schools, we're going to be talking to kids. Don't bankrupt your parents.
210-599-5555. 210-599-5555. Phone lines are wide open. Do you have a question? Give us a call. If it deals with cars, boats, RVs, you name it. Look, if you're looking to go out and buy a car next week, or you're looking to maybe trade yours in, you want to know the value, the true value of your trade-in that that you're going to take in to offer to the dealer. Maybe you're going to buy a new car or a used car, and you want to be sure you're getting the right deal. Or maybe you've got a vehicle sitting in your midst right now, and you just want to sell it. You want to move it. You don't want to put it on Craigslist. You don't want to mess with anything on the internet. You just want a good, fair price. We'll buy it right here on the radio station. Randy will give you a good estimate and a fair price, and you can again call him off the air and get the exact true value. Isn't that right, Randy?
You're right. We've had a lot of people call us. We've bought a lot of cars. It's been a great opportunity for us. Of course, you can go to our website, learntobuyandSellCars.com, and it's an easy process to walk through there and describe your car, and we'll make you an offer. And if you describe it right, we'll give that figure. If there's a couple little minor things, we'll make some adjustments. And I'm still buying those cars. We had a guy with a bad transmission I mentioned the other day. We deducted it $2,000, still bought the car, and we went and fixed the transmission. And actually, he didn't have the money. He really needed the money for the vehicle. So we helped him out there. But a lot of people are going for us to bid the car. And that way they know exactly what their trade's worth when they go to trade. And I had some people email us that they took their offer with them when they went to buy a new car. And the dealer hit them about half price what I had bid on the car. And they said, hold it. Here's Randy Adams. He's made this offer on it. And the dealer ended up giving them that price for their car. So they won. I'm glad to help. I didn't get the car, but the people got the money they should have for their trade. They may not have taken that figure if they hadn't known where they stood before they went in there. So right now we're hearing a lot about all kinds of trade stuff. These dealers are needing to sell new units. They're loaded up, and they're going to say anything. They're going to advertise anything. They're going to tell you they're going to give you $4,500 trade-in no matter if you pull it in. They just add more to their price because I got news for you. They're selling those $4,500 cars for $5,000 to $3,000 at the auctions. I'm standing there, I'm watching them. I know the guys that are doing the advertisement on it, and I see exactly what they're doing. So they're telling you one thing and they're doing something else. And then they're telling a lot of people right now that, hey, we'll pay your car off no matter what you owe. Well, one guy, the way they talked and they explained it to him, he felt like they were going to take over his note even though he paid $5,000 too much. And he thought that he wouldn't owe that money. He would just owe what the new car. Well, he owed the extra $5,000 on the trade plus what he paid for it. And so he was a little upset. But, we got to slow down and listen because these dealers will spin you, twist you, do whatever remember, they're trained. They're always going to school. They're reading books, and their sales manager are telling them what to say. I've heard a lot of sales managers make fun of the customers. Hey, you're a valuable customer. You can make a payment. You're ready to buy a car. You got down payment. Hey, don't let them beat you up. Get prepared. Go to school with me where you can know exactly what to buy.
Put it in perspective for you folks who are just tuning in. This is Learn to Buy and Sell Cars here on KTSA. Randy spends a ton of time each week buying cars at the auto auction. So when you hear Randy talk about he knows what these cars are going for, what he means by that is he's at the auto auctions looking what these cars are selling for, and then he understands and realizes the dealers buy those cars and then they put them back on their lot for an increased dollar amount.
That's right. And then I buy from a lot of new car dealers. We buy from companies. We buy from everybody around because we've been in business over 45 years, and I get calls from everybody around. I get calls from dealers in Dallas. I get calls from dealers in Houston. So, the opportunity's out there. We'd love to help you any way we can and tell you exactly what your car is worth and be prepared. In fact, we bought a motorhome the other day, and we've sold it. But we buy anything that's got a motor to it, motor home, motor vehicle, motorcycle, motor anything. So give us a call and give us that opportunity. You need options. You need to know where you stand. Don't let anybody beat your old car up because it's still got value, and it's still your car. Be proud of it. Take care of it.
Give us a call. You have a question? Don't hesitate. That's why we're here. 210-599-5555. Grab yourself a line. 210-599-5555 or 1-800-299-KTSA. Speaking of questions, we've got a caller on line 1. Let's go to Zenny. Zenny, thank you for calling. Learn to buy and sell cars. You're talking to Randy Adams. Thanks for calling.
Well, I'm glad to call. We enjoy listening to your show. Randy, lady did live here in town. She moved a couple hundred miles away several months ago, and since then she's not able to drive anymore, and she wants to sell her car. It's a 2005 Mercury Grand Marquis. It's a GS, not an LS, so it doesn't have leather, but it only has 15,000 miles on it.
Wow. Thank you for calling. But, man, that's only 15,000. I guess it looks like 15 then, huh?
Yeah. We haven't seen it because it's 200 miles away in the last several months. She said it had new tires, but if the tires are original, they look like new, and they may be
dry rotted,
beginning to rot out a little bit. But anyway, she's asking $7,000, and I think that's pretty good, but I'm not sure.
I'm a buyer on it.
I'm sorry?
I'll buy it. I'll give $7,000 if it looks like 15,000 miles. That's a winner. Hey, they don't build those cars anymore. Number one, they get great fuel mileage. They're comfortable. If you need the car, you need to buy the car. It's well worth that money. It'll bring more than that. I know there's several places to sell it for more money than that.
Okay. Well, we like Mercury because we got a Mercury, and it's 20 years old and got 15 years old, got 200,000 miles on it, 220, and it's still running. But I kind of think it's time to move on to a more recent model.
Well, let me tell you, that car would be on somebody's lot in San Antonio, one of these new car dealers, one of the big box stores too. They'd beat the person up that came in there, but they'd ask $11,900 or $12,900 for that car. I guarantee you. They would, because of the miles, because they don't build that car anymore, and that's a great car for the money. They're comfortable, they're safe, and they're cheap to work on, and they get great fuel mileage.
I appreciate it a bunch. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you for calling. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Zenny, thank you so much for calling in. If you're just tuning in, this is Learn to Buy and Sell Cars here on KTSA with your host, Randy Adams. My name is Arnie. Co-hosting with Randy. Glad to be here. Glad you're tuning in. We're taking your calls, 599-5555. You're looking to buy a car, wanting to sell a car. Would you like to know exactly what your car might be worth? You're trading in your car and you want to know what the fair value is upon trading it, prior to trading it. That's why we're here. Maybe you have a boat. Maybe you have a vehicle sitting in the backyard, or maybe at the barn somewhere that you feel doesn't have any value, but you might be sitting on some money and not even know it. So give us a call. We would love to hear from you. Let's go to line 2. We've got a caller holding. TJ, welcome to Learn to Buy and Sell Cars. How are you?
Thank you, TJ, for calling in.
Yeah, good. I have a 24-foot Wellcraft inboard-outboard boat. Do you get involved in things like that?
We do a little bit. We sure do. I'd like to have some pictures of it. If you want to email us some pictures, go to learnandbuyandsellcars.com. What year is it?
It's an 89.
Uh-huh. What motor's on it?
It's got a 350 Corvette engine.
Oh, great. No, that's a pretty good sized boat and a good boat.
It'll run at 55 miles an hour.
Oh, I believe that. And you're about, boats perk up about April 1st. That's the time to sell one. Years ago, we used to go around and buy all the boats we could gather up December and January. And most of the time, the wives were saying, the husband would say, I'm not going to take that for that boat. And the wives were saying, get it out of my yard. Take it with you. So the wives, we would always work on the wives versus the guys. The guys didn't want to turn the boats loose. I think Arnie's been in that same situation himself.
Yeah, about 3 years ago, that was me. That's right.
But anyway, email us or call us, 830-625-7159. But no, that boat will sell, and it's a little early to sell the boat. They're a little cheaper now, but they'll perk up, March 15th to April 1st, and that's the best time to sell it.
Okay.
Is that boat in pretty good condition?
Yeah, it's in good condition. It's been stored for several years. I haven't been able to drive it because of disability. So
Right. I'll tell you.
It's only got a couple thousand hours on it since new.
Yeah, I can relate to a older boat in great condition. Randy, I used to have a 98 Sea Ray, and my daddy taught me years ago when I pulled that boat out of the water like he did, we wiped it down and put it under cover. And when I sold that boat 14 years later, this was 3 years ago, I got a good penny for it, but I took good care of it. So that certainly helps.
Great. Yeah, give us a call.
Yeah, what is your website again?
LearnToBuyAndSellCars.com.
Let me give you this phone number, and this phone number is good for anybody listening. You can get a hold of Randy, and he will definitely return your call at 830-625-7159. And then again, like Randy said, you can go to his website. You can post a picture there, or you can just email him as well. So that would
we'd
be
be interested in that boat. Definitely would be.
We appreciate your call.
Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
210-599-5555 or 1-800-299-KTSA. We're starting to burn up the lines a little bit and talk a lot about cars.
Yeah, we've got some people hold on. We'll get right to you. But I had a CPA man tell me today, be sure and tell everybody rapid refunds, all those when you get your check early, is 120% interest not to do it. There's a lot of fees to it. And he wouldn't do it. He had opportunity to do that in his business. And he said that wasn't right to people for them to, the government take the money out, not pay them an interest, and then charge them 120% interest for 3 to 4 weeks early. Wait on your rapid refund. Wait on that income tax check. Don't do that rapid refund. And don't do a title loan. Remember, tell all your friends, neighbors, and friends, don't do that title loan. It's 330% interest. Nobody can overcome that. For sure.
All right, we see George there on line 1. Let's go ahead and go to George on line 1. George, thank you so much for giving us a call, and you're talking to our host, Randy Adams. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, Randy. Hey, how's it going? I've got a motor home. You buy those?
Yeah, I buy motorhomes. Sure do.
Yeah, I've got a 1998 Monaco Signature. I called a couple dealers, and they're giving me ridiculous offers. It's it's in great shape. It's got 100,000 miles, but it's been stored inside of an airport hangar. So
how long is it?
42-footer.
And it's a Class C or Class A?
Class A diesel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's got tag
definitely would be glad to look at that unit. I mean, what are they telling you it's worth?
Well, they said they don't really buy motorhomes, and they didn't want to mess with it and all that stuff.
Dealers are picky; they don't want to buy them at that kind of miles. I buy those units. Also, I tell you, consigning has got real tough. The only people I do consigning with is Evergreen RV in New Braunfels, Texas. They're honest, good people. I've dealt with them for the last 4 or 5 years. And they've been fair with me. I haven't had any kind of problem with them. But a lot of these consigners will promise the moon and not produce, and then after it sits for a month or 2 or 3, then they'll try to beat you up and hit you below your knees on trying to steal the unit from you. So you got to watch out if you decide to consign that unit. Watch out what you do there, because that gets to be sticklers. I'd rather have somebody tell me the truth than tell me a bunch of lies and pump me up and get me ready for a big number, and then 60 days later offer me a ridiculous low price. So now go to our website, learntobuyandSellCars.com. Send us a little information, maybe some pictures, description. But we buy those kind of units. We sure do. But it sounds like one I'd like to have.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll get the information to you. What's that place you said that consigns it?
It's Evergreen RV in New Braunfels, Texas. They're great people. I've done business with them, like I say, for over 5 years, and they've been good to me.
All right, I'll look it up. Hey, thanks a lot, Randy.
You bet.
George, thank you so much for your call. A couple more minutes before we're going to take a short break. This is KTSA Radio, and you're listening to Learn to Buy and Sell Cars with your host, Randy Adams. If you'd like to get yourself a phone line, 210-599-5555 or 1-800-299-KTSA. It's been a great week, Randy, helping folks, isn't it?
Yes, and I better give a market report. Cars are starting to perk up a little bit. Of course, we're short of good cars. A lot of people are having to turn to new cars because there's not enough good used cars. But shop. Buy what you can afford. Remember, get your credit rating, know exactly what your score is, go to your bank, credit union, shop around for a loan, get it set up and ready, and then go to shopping for that right deal on that car. You need to be prepared. We need to teach you exactly. And if you're uncomfortable, these boots are made for walking. Walk out of that dealership. Do not stay in there and listen to the bull. If you're not comfortable and you've not made the right deal, take that pen and paper, write down everything they say. Take a calculator so you can add up the payments, so exactly what you're paying for that. You know, of course, I had a guy tell me what his payments were, but he forgot to add in the down payment and his trade-in. So he thought he was stealing the car, but by the time he put his $2,000 in and his $3,000 trade-in, the deal wasn't so great there. So be prepared, make the right decisions. We're out there to help you. You can give us a call, like I said, my office, 830-625-7159. We'd be glad to give you a hand. Arnie, it's been a great week, because I tell you what, we've answered a lot of questions. We've talked to a lot of people.
When we come back from break, we're going to go ahead and take more calls from you, 210-599-5555. But, Randy, I've also got some great questions that came in last week from listeners that are in a bind and in a situation and need your help. So we are going to get to those questions and let you answer those. And again, we want you to give us a call with any questions. If you're looking to buy a car, sell a car, trade a car, you want to know what the existing four wheels you're driving might be worth, we can do that too. You want to just get a rough estimate about maybe what grandma's car is worth, and we can do that as well. This is Learn to Buy and Sell Cars here on KTSA News Talk Radio. We're looking forward to talking with you right after this very short break. Again, grab yourself a phone line, 599-5555, here on KTSA.
I'm Randy Adams. I buy any and every kind of car, the good, the bad, the ugly, any kind of condition, the super nice one, the low miles one, the wreck ones. I'll buy trucks. I'll buy vans. I'll buy hotel vans. I'll buy anything that you want to sell. Go to my website, learntobuyandSellCars.com. My phone number is 830-625-7159. Give me the opportunity. You need options in your life. Let me have the option to make an offer on your vehicle today. 830-625-7159.
Learn to buy and sell cars with Randy Adams. Tune in Saturdays at 5 a.m. or Sunday afternoons at 3, where he'll take your calls live and answer all your questions. Randy's been in the business for decades and knows how to buy, sell, trade, and deal with cars. Tune in Saturdays at 5 a.m. or Sunday afternoons from 3 to 4, live.
I'd love to share the facts, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Have a question? Go to learntobuyandSellCars.com.
Just when you're about to ask all the questions, Sean Rima's got all the answers.
Every time ISIS demands the release of one of their guys, what you do is you get the cameras going. I want a CIA guy standing next to the dude they want. Oh, this guy, hey, I don't know what happened. I just greased him by accident. Well, you want this guy over here? Oh, hell, I don't know what happened. My bad. I was just pointing. Oh, man, I just killed another one of your ISIS guys. I'm so sorry.
Sean Rima for the ride home.
I was going to waterboard him first. Oh.
On News Talk 550 KTSA.
Welcome to Learn to Buy and Sell Cars with your host, Randy Adams. Randy has been in the business for decades and is ready to share with you everything you need to know about buying, selling, trading, and dealing with cars. And now, your host, Randy Adams.
Hello, San Antonio again. We love you. Thank you for tuning in to LearnToBuyAndSellCars.com. This is Randy Adams, and I have my buddy with me, old Arnie. He's with us, and we're going to take your calls if you have any questions about cars, trucks, motorcycles, whatever. If you have any problems with dealerships, what you should do or not do. If you're in a situation with one, we can answer those questions. If it's the right kind of dealership, I hope they didn't take care of you, charge you too much on your old car. So let's get together and see what we can teach you and what you can do. There's a lot of insecurity out there. When an insecure person, you go up against somebody and you go up against that dealership, it's hard to make the right decision, real hard to make decision. But secure people make the right decisions. When you're insecure, what you do, when you're educated, you feel right, you got your mind right, you're not worried about what everybody thinks about you. I had a guy the other day telling me, he said, man, I can't drive that car. What my friends think about me? Well, they'll think about you have a paid-off car instead of one you can't afford. There's two kinds of cars, afford and can't afford. Isn't that right, Arnie?
Boy, you're not kidding. That's exactly right. 210-599-5555. We want to hear from you. We will answer all questions, just about any and all questions, right, Randy? But we definitely want to hear from you.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what this show's about, helping you get peace of mind in the buying and selling process, trading. If maybe you have an antique, you want to know what it's worth. Maybe you'd like to sell it. Maybe Randy can give you a rough estimate on what it might be worth. Randy knows a lot about collectibles as well. So that's what it's about. It's about you. So give us a call, 210-599-5555. But for now, let's go ahead and take a question. This was sent in from Bob, who is in the U.S. Air Force, I believe it says. Randy, here's his question. He says, Randy, I'm in the military and about to be deployed. What should I do with my truck in order to sell it? It's a 2006 half-ton crew cab Chevy with 120,000 miles. It's a two-wheel drive. Let me repeat that one more time. I'm in the military and about to be deployed. What should I do with my truck in order to sell it? It's a 2006 half-ton crew cab Chevy with 120,000 miles, two-wheel drive. What are my options?
The easiest way is go to learntobuyandsellcars.com and just go through the description of it. We'll make you an offer. That way you'll know where you stand first. You can bring it to us. If you can't sell it on your own before you get deployed, bring it to us. We had a young lady that had a 13 Challenger 2 weeks ago. She was getting deployed, and she was running out of time. I made her an offer on it where she knew that she needed to sell it for more than that money, and that way she knew where she stood. She didn't sell it. She brought it to us. We bought it, and she got deployed. But at least she knew where we stood and where she needed to operate from, because I gave $23,000 for that unit. And she was trying to get, at first she was trying to get $31,000, which was out of the question. Finally, I advised her, I said, if you can get you, $25,000, $26,000, cut it loose and go on. But if you don't, I'm going to give the $23,000. She didn't get it so So I'd say, for you, I think that truck's probably in the ballpark of 75 to 8 in that ballpark, just what little bit of description we have. You know, but like I say, go to learntobuyandsellcars.com or give us a call at 830-625-7159, and we'll try to help you. We'll try to buy it. We'll at least give you an idea of where you stand.
Boy, that's a great opportunity for Learn to Buy and Sell Cars. You know, help those who do so much for this country. So if you're out there listening, you're in a similar circumstance and you're in a need and you want a good, fair price, or you want some good advice prior to deploying, we can help. Go to learntobuyandsellcars.com or give Randy a call personally at 830-625-7159. Let's go to a caller who's on line 1. Wayne, thank you so much for holding. You are on the air with your host, Randy Adams. How are you?
Okay, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Wayne, thank you for calling.
Okay. You almost answered my question. I got the same thing in an 05 with 124,000. Very good condition. Tires are probably 10 months old. Clean, runs good. I'm driving it right now. Wanted to see, you look at the native book and then you look at what they're selling them for, and something ain't right there.
Well, that's true. The book can't stay up with the market, but it depends on the color. Has it got nice wheels and tires?
Yeah, it's got aluminum wheels, and
right.
It's got tires, like I say, are only about 10 months old. It's a dark gray metallic color. And got vinyl line. No, I'm second.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm the third owner.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That car don't know who owned it, don't know how many times, don't know what it brings, and that truck don't care. But you probably got probably 75 to 85 real value. You get a chance to get you 9. If you go to a dealership and you get your price down, they don't, because lots of times we give you a figure and then they go to the dealership, and if the dealer is not selling on price, walk out, But lots of times they'll say, "Oh, we'll give you $10,000 for your truck," but they go up $4,000 or $5,000 on their vehicle too, and that's just an easy way of closing people.
Well, what you do is you get the price on the car you want to buy first, and then you talk about the trade-in.
You're exactly right. That's what we want you to do.
It's not my first rodeo.
That's it. We'd be glad to try to buy your truck. Love to have it. Right now is a good time. The market's up. The income tax checks are coming in, and so that's a good truck to have. And guess what, Wayne? There's a lot of life left in that truck.
Oh yeah, this thing runs really beautiful. I'm very, very happy with it. But I got one problem. I can't sell it right now till I sell my boat.
Well, you can call us or email us, and we'll look at your boat.
I got an 04 Sea-Ray runabout 18-footer. Got 160 hours on it.
That's a good boat to have, and April will be the time to sell that boat.
Yeah, I know. They'll start perking up here in March and April. And
first time that warm weather sits in real good and everybody knows their buddy's going to the lake, they're going to have one.
Wayne, what is that, an inboard outboard? Is that a 140 Merc, or what's on there?
It's a 135.
Yeah.
IO. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice boat. I had one similar years ago, and boy, I'll tell you what, you want to talk about quality. You buy a Sea Ray and you're buying quality.
I'll guarantee you are. This is the first time I stepped up when I bought this one, and I am so glad I did.
Yeah. What are you thinking about selling it for? Have you is any dollar?
Well, I got 99 on it. It's gone down over the winter, over Christmas holidays a little bit, and so I'll take a little off, but I kind of like to get somewhere in the nines.
If somebody's looking for a boat, that boat's in the money.
Oh, it is. It's clean. It starts every time. I mean, only thing I ever did to it, I've had it 5 years, it changed the battery. Just everything else works perfect. Fish finder, whatever, everything you need, it's ready to go.
Yeah, that's the key. As long as that fish finder works, there's a cooler full of a few beers and it doesn't sink, we're good to go.
Well, the cooler's empty because I drank them.
Wayne, thank you so much. Be sure to reach out to Randy. Let me give you his phone number that you can call him off the air, and he'll return your call if you're interested.
Okay.
It's 830 625 7159.
All right.
And you can reach out to Randy there. And as the weather starts to get a little warmer, give us a buzz back. Be in touch. There's a lot of listeners who tune into the show. Maybe we can help you move that boat for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, sir. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
This man knows how to buy. You got to shop them prices. Make sure you're making the right deal. Know what you're going to buy. And he's taking his time. He's looking at selling his boat and then maybe selling his truck. You got to get ready. We got to educate everybody. We got to make them prepared to know exactly to make that right decision and weigh up what you need and what you need to do. He's making the right decision selling his boat first. Number one, he can't pull that boat without a truck. And number two, he's weighing up his options of what he can do. So that's what you need to do. We need to get you to really go to work and get your credit rating there so you know exactly what it is and what you deserve in a good interest rate. Go to we're working with True Car right now and USAA and Security Service are great people. We've got lots of good institutions around here that will treat you right. So take your time, find out what you're loaned, what you qualify for, and then make sure to buy what you need. Lots of times these people will jump off and they'll buy something they can't afford. Don't listen to the salesman tell you what you need and what you can afford and what you can do, because they'll stretch you out on every dollar they can. And if you have a little problem or something comes up, you'll lose the car, you'll lose your credit rating. It's just like bad title loans. We keep telling you, I keep having, every time I walk into an auction, every dealer tells me, keep telling everybody how bad title loans are. And when I'm at the auction, they run 100 to 200 of those repos. Hey, those people are going to get your car. You're going to make, if you borrow $5,000, you're going to make $300, $400, $900 a month payments, and then you're going to lose those payments and your car, and you've already spent the money, and now you don't even have money to buy transportation. Take my advice. Sell me the car. Sell somebody the car. Let me make you an offer. If you want to sell it to a friend or neighbor or coworker, make sure you make the right decision. And I'll give more than those title loan people because I see how much they make when they sell those cars. They're selling your cars, making a lot of money, plus the $900 a month that you've gave them. So do not do them and don't do the rapid refund. Wait on that income tax check. That's your money. That's hard-earned money. I'll tell you what, how hard do you work for $1,000 a week? And lots of times these rapid refunds make $1,000 per deal. They make $1,000 for loaning you money that is 3 or 4 weeks away. That's not good. Not good at all.
Phone lines are wide open. We're looking to hear from you. We would love to speak with you at 210-599-5555 or toll free 1-800-299-KTSA. Again, this is Learn to Buy and Sell Cars here on KTSA Radio. My name is Arnie and your host Randy Adams. Let's get to our next question, Randy. This is from Bob in New Braunfels. Bob, thank you for your email. It says, Randy, I got notified from the San Antonio Police Department that the car I sold 6 months ago is in the pound. Can I pay the charges and get the car out? That sounds like a weird deal there, Randy.
Well, believe it or not, that happens all the time. And just like I mentioned before about the title, when you sell one, pull off the copy, make a copy of their driver's license, fill it out, send it into the state, because that'll take your name off of that title if something like this comes up. But no, in order to get that title out of the pound, of that car out of the pawn, you've got to have the title in hand. So in order for him to get it, you just can't walk over there because there would be a lot of people stealing cars out of the pawn.
Well, that's a weird. This is really a weird situation, and even listening to you explain that, it's still kind of so basically the guy sold the car, and 6 months later it's in the pound, and the guy that he sold it to is not responsible. He's responsible.
Well, but he's not. He's really not responsible because he sold the car. But the guy who did not transfer it won't get his car back.
Oh, I see.
Until he takes the title in there. Now, and that'd be a little hiccup too there because the title's not in his name. And he gets over there and he tries to pick it up. And, sir, this title's not in your name. Sometimes they won't turn it loose, even though he's got the cash money. Plus, guess what? You can't go look at it. And he won't be able to see what kind of condition it's in. If he was driving it, he knows what kind of condition it is. But, I mean, if he wasn't driving it, somebody else was driving it, he may not know what condition it is. I tell you what, we had a car repoed not long ago, and the guy didn't pay us. And so we went to the pound. We went with the title. We had everything, all our paperwork right. And my record driver got over there and he said, Randy, this car wasn't worth picking up. It was so terrible. And you don't get to look when they're in the pound. You got to pay the money and then you get to look. But same way in that man, he's going to have the title and it's supposed to be in his name. Now, if he has to go transfer it, he's going to pay $20 a day storage while it sits in over there. And if it takes him too long to get the title back, they'll have to sell it in one of their auctions. So he can lose that car. It's going to be a tough battle for him in that situation that that person has it. But no, he's not responsible. And that's why I said tear that sheet off of that title and send it into the state and make a copy of the driver's license. If you can't make a copy, take a picture of it.
I hope that answers your question well enough. If not, you can certainly give Randy a call off the air at 830-625-7159. Phone lines are open, 210-599-5555 or 1-800-299-KTSA. Randy, I heard you were telling me a little story a couple days ago that somebody tapped you on the shoulder in was it HEB last week? You were standing there buying a few groceries for the missus, and tell us a little bit about what happened there.
Well, one of our listeners, I answered my phone because I had a new car dealer call me. It was Saturday evening, and a new car dealer called me about a bid on a car. When I bid the car, we were still in line waiting. The lady in front of us had a lot of groceries. And so the lady said, "Are you the guy on the radio?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "You saved me $4,000. I said, "I did?" She said, "Yes. I was in a dealership. They were twisting me around. They were forcing me to do some things that I didn't think I could. They'd bump my payment up higher than I can afford it. And she said, I remembered what you said. These boots are made for walking, and I walked out. She said, so I got home, and I said, I went to your website, learntobuyandsellcars.com, and listened to you and your process where you said, get my credit score. I got that. Went and got me a loan at Randolph Brooks is where she went, she told me. And then she said, I went to shopping again. And this time I took pen, paper, and a calculator, and I made sure the dealer did exactly what he told me. She said, I bought the similar kind of car, a little less miles. Personally, I liked it better, and it was $4,000 cheaper than what that dealer was about to charge me week before. She said, I want to thank you for your radio show. I said, ma'am, that's all I want's a thank you from me. I appreciate you telling me that. And I was so stunned, I got out of HEB, and I wished I'd got her name and number, but I was so stunned about it, I wasn't thinking. And time I got about halfway home, I thought, I should have got that lady's name and number, but I didn't do it. And if she still listens sometime, give us a call back. We'd love to talk to you again and help you any way that we can.
I will say that you do have a recognizable voice, Randy, so that definitely is in your favor.
And a face for radio.
Yeah, it's best that you just sit tight right in this building for sure. Phone lines are open, 210-599-5555 or 1-800-299-KTSA. Tax time, like you were talking earlier, Randy, is here, and tax monies are coming big time in the mail. Is now a good time? Is now a good time to take that tax return and that money and go to the dealership because they're discounting cars, or are they increasing the cost of the cars? I mean, when's the right time? If somebody follows your steps and does the right thing on finding the right car, great. But is it now is the time, or is it better to wait? Maybe till May or June when there's
May
not
and
such
June, cars are going to be cheaper. They're high right now. But here's the key. All the note dealers are full. All of them are full. Yes, they're thinning out just a little bit because income tax checks came in last Thursday, and there's a few hitting, and they're starting to come in. But hey, shop. Find out what cars are worth. You can even go to learntobuyandsellcars.com and see what the car is worth that you're about to buy. But shop. Make sure these guys are not charging you. Some note dealers will charge you $6,000 to $8,000, $10,000 more than the car's worth. You don't deserve that. You deserve a better price, a better car. Shop. Make sure you're getting a good car for the money. I'm seeing a lot of black tags with junky cars right now. But I guarantee you the people are running in it. They get so excited somebody wants to finance them. Hey, there's 2,000 dealers around here that'll finance you if you got down payment, can make a payment, a monthly payment. They love you. You're a valuable customer to them. So don't get taken advantage of them. Shop. And I guarantee you got 5,000 or 6,000. Put it in the bank. Don't touch it. And you can buy a car that's right now $7,500. You can buy that car for 5,000 or 6,000 about April 1st to April 15th.
Yeah, if that one dealership tells you you're approved, what Randy's saying is I'm sure there's 20 others out there that will do the same.
At least 100.
Yeah, do the same. So definitely some great stuff. Hopefully that young lady from HEB gives you a shout. We'd love to speak with her live on the air. If you're just tuning in, this is Learn to Buy and Sell Cars here on KTSA News Talk Radio. We've got Brett on line 1. If you'd like to give us a call, please do at 210-599-5555 or toll free 1-800-299-KTSA. Brett, welcome to Learn to Buy and Sell Cars.
Hi, I had a question. I've got a Harley Davidson 04 Road King Classic. I got about 16,000 miles on it. I finally decided I think I need to sell it, only because it's sitting in my garage collecting dust. And I hate seeing it sitting there, but my job requires a lot of time out of me. Any suggestions of how to go about selling? I'm relatively new to this area. I'm originally from up north.
Well, thank you.
I don't know the first place to go to or whatever. It's clean title on it. The bike is in mint shape.
Thank you for calling, Brett. That's a great question. Right now is not the time to sell because all the Harley dealers are full. And here's the key to that bike right now. They can get financed a score of about 500 where you can't. You can't because you're selling it to somebody that's going to go have to get a loan, and these banks are scared of bikes. They're too hard to repo. But what you need to do is wait till April 1st and then try Green Harley in New Braunfels. They're the best buyers around. Trey loves the people. Trey advertises them, and they're great people. And that's when you need to start to sell a Harley. Right now, everybody's full. They're trying to move some units. In fact, I just had a 08 Road King with 5,000 miles that I gave $9,000 for, and didn't really need it or want it, and none of my Harley dealers are wanting to buy. But come April 1st, May 1st, when everybody gets the gotta have a bike attitude, and this thing runs in cycles. It always does, always will, has for 40 years. I'd wait till April 1st. I'd try a Green Harley, and after that, if they won't step up or if they're not thinned out a little bit, try Craigslist. You're going to find somebody with about 8,000 or 9,000 cash, and that's probably where the market is because it's so difficult to get a bike financed right now.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Hey, Brett, are you looking to move the bike quicker than that? Are you looking to take a little bit of a hit on it, prior to April?
It would depend on the size of hit.
Yeah, well, give us a call, 830-625-7159, and we can also, I've got an option if you'd like it to be, we can put that car online, for that bike online, and I tell you where I would sell it, to another dealer. I'm the number one seller on OVE, and if you'd like that option of letting it while you're waiting till it warms up, we can throw it online to sell it to a dealer. You keep it in your possession, and if we sell it, you bring it to me and we'll write you a check for it and I'll ship it out to that dealer. And that's an option I'd give you on that situation since you called in. And that way you're still at your house, you got possession of it, and I'll see if I can sell it. There's a lot of dealers in the South. I'm talking about California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and Louisiana. We sell a lot of bikes that way. And believe it or not, a lot of dealers, most of the dealers are buying it for themselves. But give us a call or go to learnandbuyandsellcars.com, and I'd give you that opportunity if you're interested.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Brett.
Calling.
Thank you so much. Boy, the weather's going to be pretty, going to get prettier and prettier. Bikes are going to be out and about, and boy, that's I'd love to get me a bike, but I just my wife just would never let me have a bike.
Well, we have a law against telephones talking and texting, but I quit riding a bike, and I rode Harleys. I tell you how long I've been riding a Harley. If you had electric start, you were a sissy. That's how long I've been riding a Harley, and I had to quit because I'm going to tell you, these people texting, and some people can't chew and walk at the same time. How can they drive and talk on the telephone at the same time? So riding a bike and guarding myself and hoping I don't get run over, I've quit riding. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I used to love to ride, but I don't do it anymore. But I do like hot rods, and I do like old cars, and, I'm getting calls every day. I can't believe it, how many people are calling me. And I went and looked at the Ultra Van. Boy, wasn't that a killer unit. I love that Ultra Van. It is so neat.
What is that? What are you talking about?
It's a Corvair motorhome built in the 60s. Man, that dude was...
Oh, you sent me the picture of that.
Yeah.
That thing looked like something out of the Jetsons. Remember that old show, The Jetsons?
It did look like the Jetsons, but it had a Corvair engine in it. And, man, it would be some kind of advertising piece.
Yeah, it almost looked like a mini bus. It would be a great advertising piece for sure.
I've been in business forever, and I've never seen one.
Yeah, I can say after you sent me that picture and you had to explain to me exactly what it was, I don't think most people in South Texas or anywhere have seen something that looks like that. You ought to post that to your website so people can go take a peek at it.
Well, I'm thinking about buying it. I've got everybody.
Buying it.
My office is all thinking about I'm nuts, but I love it.
Oh, man. That's it.
Can't you see KTSA on the side of that thing?
Well, I wouldn't mind that, but I'd hate to see your mug sitting in the car seat driving that thing. Holy cow.
That dude would go down the road all right. I mean, you know.
Holy cow. That thing's got a bigger window than the front door of the Holiday Inn. I saw that. Holy moly's.
Hey, everybody loves old cars. I mean, there's something unique about them. I've got calls lately, people looking for older trucks, and everybody wants an old truck. And I heard a guy talking on radio yesterday talking about, you can spend a lot of money on one, and you're wasting money, this, that, and the other. Hey, keeps you out of the bars if you're working on it, and you can bond with your children. Get a family deal, work on it, make improvements. It's worth more money as you clean it up, do a little spray can painting, or get somebody to fix something up, tune it up.
Yeah,
be worth more money.
Hey, be better to be under the car than under the bar.
That's it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hello,
a lot
Doc.
safer. Look who's walking in. Dr. Staffel. Happy Sunday, sir. How are you?
I know you're going to have a great show today.
Well, I'm just glad you're here.
We're glad to be right in front of you. I'm hoping my listeners listen to this. Man's my dentist. He's helped me, and he's after you to have good health. He searches for the best remedies and all natural. This man does a great, great job.
Well, you're educating the public, and that's what I hope to do as well, because you've got so much information that we need, because we don't know anything about buying cars.
Well, there's no schooling for it.
No. So we sure appreciate you.
It's been a great show, Randy. Folks, if you're listening right now, get yourself a pen. Give Randy a call, 830-625-7159. Call Randy off the air, 830-625-7159. Be sure to tune in to Dr. Staffel following this show. He'll be on in about 5 to 6 minutes. Also, be sure to tune in next week, Sunday, from 3 to 4.
Also, we have Saturday morning at 5 a.m., and we have Saturday night 9 to 10. Well, San Antonio, I love you. I hope I'm helping you. I want to educate you. I want to lead you and guide you in your next purchase. I don't care if you don't buy it from me, but I want you to make the right choices. I want you to save that money. Remember, go to my website, learntobuyandSellCars.com. We're going to put classes on there. We're going to improve everything that we can about that website. We're about to put it in second gear and go on, where you can make the right decisions. Help you any way that we can.